Good morning! I'm Sarah. And I'm Bella. Welcome to Go channel, your morning AI news roundup. It's Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, and we've got a packed roundup. Scary research on de-anonymizing users, Google's latest Gemini and Pixel drop, a major Supreme Court decision on AI art, and a team that trained a full text-to-image model in just 24 hours. So much to unpack. Let's jump straight in. First story, and it's one of the most unsettling we've seen in a while. LLMs can now unmask pseudonymous users at scale with surprising accuracy. Wait, figure out who's behind an anonymous account? Yeah. Ars Technica, March 3rd. Your writing style is like a fingerprint. Even if you change your username or switch platforms, an AI can look at vocabulary, sentence structure, phrasing, and link anonymous you back to real name you. Researchers have shown this works at scale, so pseudonymity might soon be almost pointless as a privacy shield. If platforms or governments run LLMs over massive text archives, they could de-anonymize huge numbers of users automatically. Ars really frames it as a wake-up call. AI isn't just generating text anymore, it's powerful at forensic-style analysis too. That sets the tone for today. Policy and platforms are scrambling to keep up. Story 2. How platforms are reacting. X is adding AI labeling rules for war footage. As in, real war content? Engadget, March 3rd. X, formerly Twitter, is updating creator revenue sharing. If you're a paid creator and you post AI-generated videos depicting armed conflicts, you now have to label them as AI-generated. First violation, 90 days cut off from revenue sharing. Repeat, permanent removal. The policy's narrow. Only paid creators in the program, only AI-generated armed conflict videos. Enforcement will use community notes and metadata detection from Gen AI tools. X's head of product framed it as critical during times of war. Conflicts involving the US, Israel, Iran are ongoing. So we've got AI good enough to make hyper-realistic war footage and to analyze text at scale. Platforms are bolting on policy fixes while the tech keeps accelerating. Exactly. Now let's switch to Google. Stories 3 and 9. Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite. Flash-Lite, what's that? Google AI blog and MarkTech post, March 3rd. It's the fastest and most cost-efficient model in the Gemini 3 series so far. Built for intelligence at scale, very low latency, very low cost per token for high-volume production. MarkTech post calls it a cost-efficient powerhouse with adjustable thinking levels. You can dial how much reasoning the model does, light and fast for simple calls, deeper when you need it, and pay a bit more. It's in public preview on Gemini API and Vertex AI. So the kind of backend that could power features on phones and apps at massive scale, including what we're about to cover. Stories 4 and 5. Google's March Pixel drop and Gemini as an actual agent. Gemini ordering groceries? I've heard that one. The Verge and Engadget, March 3rd. Find Hub gets smarter, share real-time location in messages, track lost luggage with airline partnerships. Calling card, Google Play Shorts, Circle to search for shopping and try-on, Magic Queue for restaurant recommendations, AI-generated home screen icons. For wearables, lost phone alerts, Express Pay, earthquake and satellite SOS in more regions. And the big one, Gemini on Pixel 10, 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL can actually do things inside select apps. Order groceries on Grubhub, book a ride on Uber. It runs in the background. You can supervise and interrupt anytime. So it's not just a chat box anymore. It's an invisible layer that quietly manages your digital life, tracking luggage, finding restaurants, placing your orders. Right. Tie that back to Flash-Lite. Lightweight, cost-efficient models powering millions of these agent actions across devices. But not everyone's celebrating. Story 8. Ars Technica, March 3rd. With developer verification, Google's Apple envy threatens to dismantle Android's open legacy. Google's new developer verification for Android app distribution. Stated goal is security. make it harder for bad actors to publish. But ours worries that as Google tightens verification and centralizes control, Android could look more like iOS, more locked down, less of the open legacy. So on one hand, powerful AI features and deeper integration. On the other, more control over who participates and how apps get distributed. Developers and open-source advocates are worried about erosion of Android's openness. So users get more safety and polish, the trade-off is less openness. That's the tension.
Stories 6 and 7. Back to the law. Supreme Court refuses the AI copyright case. CNET and Mashable, March 3rd. The U.S. Supreme Court has refused to hear a case arguing AI-generated art should get copyright protection. CNET says the legal fight over this specific piece has been ongoing for 14 years. Mashable notes the decision came amid pressure from the Trump administration. The court simply declined to take it up. So the lower court rulings stand. In the U.S., works created solely by AI with no human authorship are still not eligible for copyright. The law treats authorship as human only. Huge implications for artists using AI tools, companies building Gen AI products, and platforms dealing with takedowns and monetization. And it ties back to story 1. AI can unmask pseudonymous authors, but purely AI works can't be authors at all. The legal system is drawing very sharp lines about what counts as human in the age of AI. Last one, story 10. Hugging Face blog, March 3rd. PRX Part 3. Training a text-to-image model in 24 hours.
A full text-to-image model in 24 hours?
Yeah, it's the PRX series with Photo Room. They walk through how they trained a full text-to-image model in just 24 hours. Modern, optimized pipelines, efficient architectures, powerful hardware. It shows how accessible model training is becoming. You don't need a trillion-parameter lab. Smaller teams can experiment, iterate, deploy custom models.
So the big picture: power. Models and tools getting faster and cheaper, from Flash-Lite to 24-hour training. Integration. AI moving from chatbots into the fabric of our devices, acting on our behalf. Control. Governments, courts, and platforms scrambling to set boundaries on privacy, synthetic media, copyright, and who gets to participate.
All the links are in the description. Ars Technica, Engadget, Google AI blog, MarkTech Post, The Verge, CNET, Mashable, Hugging Face. Subscribe, hit the bell, and tell us which story you think will have the biggest impact. AI agents on your phone, the Supreme Court on AI art, or the privacy risks of de-anonymization.
Thanks for watching. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Bella. We'll see you in the next one.